Welcome to DreamTime Tales. Tonight we follow a gentle story about quiet streets, soft moonlight, and a library that only opens when the world is fast asleep. So settle in, breathe slowly, and let your imagination drift. There was once a small town hidden in the hills where the fog rolled in early and the nights came gently. In this town lived a young woman named Clara. She worked at a bakery and always smelled faintly of sugar and cinnamon. Clara loved quiet things, old clocks, handwritten letters, and most of all, books. She had read every book in the town's regular library twice, some of them 3 times. She knew the titles by heart and could recite favorite lines without looking, but one night something changed. It was just past midnight when Clara woke up suddenly, not frightened, not anxious, just alert. A soft glow lit her window. Curious, she slipped on her coat and stepped into the misty streets. The town was still. The street lamps hummed, and as she wandered past the old clock tower, she saw it. A building that hadn't been there before. It was tall and dark with arched windows and ivy-covered walls. Above the heavy wooden door, a sign read, "The Nocturne Library." Clara blinked. She looked around. No one was there. She stepped closer. To her surprise, the door opened with a gentle click. It didn't creak. It didn't groan. It simply welcomed her. Inside, the air was warm. The scent of paper and aged wood floated in the air, and the walls were lined with books from floor to ceiling, thousands of them. Soft orbs of golden light hovered overhead, glowing like fireflies, and behind the front desk sat an old man with silver-rimmed glasses and a deep green sweater. He smiled when she entered. "You're early," he said softly. Clara blinked. "I didn't mean to come in. I didn't know this place existed." "Oh, it doesn't," the man replied, "not during the day." She looked around again, heart beating calmly but fast. "What kind of library is this?" The man leaned forward and said in a whisper, "The kind that remembers what you forget when you wake up." Clara stared. "You mean dreams?" He nodded. "Dreams, thoughts, things you almost said, things you felt but didn't know how to explain." She moved deeper into the library. The books looked ordinary: cloth covers, soft pages, handwritten spines, but when she pulled one out at random and opened it, she gasped. Inside was her grandmother's garden. Not a picture, a memory. The smell of the earth, the sound of birds, the feel of her small fingers plucking strawberries from the vine. She turned the page. Another memory, one Shed forgotten. The time Shed fallen asleep in a tent during a thunderstorm, and her mother had wrapped her in 2 sleeping bags to keep her warm. Each book held something real, something lost. She wandered the aisles, entranced. Some books glowed faintly. Others whispered as she passed, as if recognizing her. One particular shelf was marked "Dreams Never Dreamed," filled with books waiting to be opened. She reached for one but stopped. The librarian appeared beside her. "Not yet," he said gently. "That one's not ready." "How long have you been here?" she asked him. "Long enough," he smiled. "But I won't be here forever. One day someone else takes the desk. Could I?" Clara asked, half joking. He smiled deeper. "If you keep showing up." They stood in silence for a moment. The clock above the doorway chimed softly, a sound that felt like snow falling. "It's almost morning," the librarian said. "Time for you to go." Clara didn't want to, but her eyes were growing heavy. As she turned to leave, she glanced back. The library was already fading. The next morning, Clara told no one. She wasn't sure they'd believe her. But that night at midnight she returned, and the door opened once again. Each night after that, she visited the Nocturne Library, sometimes reading, sometimes writing, sometimes just wandering its glowing halls. And as the years passed, Clara grew older, wiser, quieter, until one night many years later, the old librarian wasn't at the desk. Instead, there sat Clara, now wearing silver glasses and a soft green sweater of her own. And when the door clicked open and a curious stranger walked in, she smiled. "You're early," she said. "The fog has settled and the dreams are gently resting on the shelves. Let your thoughts soften, let your heart be light, and allow sleep to carry you like a page drifting on the wind." Thank you for joining us at DreamTime Tales. Sweet dreams.